happy to see. I think I'm dying here, man.
Through the haunted mansions and floors, the creep, they lead us to the places from which we dare not peek. A journey through fear and the realm of the night. In every word they speak, our hearts ignite with fright. Welcome to the horror show, the Deep Cut Podcast, where nightmares come alive, ready to take their blow. Tune in to the chilling delight on the airwaves of the night. Let the darkness grow. Let the darkness grow.
Aw, yeah! It's that time again for another bi-weekly podcast with your hosts, Rottin Roger DeMarco and...
Wraith, a ghost, a spirit man, and it's not cool.
I'm getting out of here!
Just EvilDeadInks.
Back in the saddle again. Here we go, continuing on 2 weeks down, or 4 weeks down, I suppose, because it's bi-weekly, you know. Trucking on through the Clint Howard Power Hour.
Who's the hardest working man in Hollywood?
Clint Howard.
Who's the world's most handsome man?
Clint Howard.
He can play a geek, a killer, and even a coward. It's the Deep Cut Podcast, Clint Howard Power Hour.
Damn Skippy. Hey, and speaking of Power Hour, this is a movie that's got a banging soundtrack.
A lot of power.
Yeah, a lot of that sweet 80s big hair rock going on. But I suppose, Evil, you want to let the good folks out there in internet land know what movie we're covering if they're on auto download, and a brief plot synopsis.
We are covering the movie that I wrote down in my notes. Is this the most hair Clint Howard has ever had in his life?
Yes.
I believe so, but if you're a fan of the mid-90s movie The Crow, if you like that storyline, if you like the revenge tale, if you like characters named Skank,
I like
boy,
skanks.
let's just 1980s the shit out of that, put it in Nevada, add some Clint Howard, and you have the Wraith.
And this is a movie I didn't know existed.
Neither did I.
You introduced me to this movie, so who introduced it to you?
I take zero credit for this because this is one of the wife's movies.
Okay, I was going to say.
She knew the Wraith. And I asked her when we were rewatching it, how did she come across this movie? And just something that came on that she just happened to see, and it stuck with her. So she introduced me to the Wraith, and I was like, holy shit, this movie is The Crow.
It is.
The Wraith could sue The Crow and win easily.
Yeah.
And yeah, one of the times
sweet royalties.
one of the times you came to visit is like, well, let's see if you've heard of The Crow, and you hadn't heard of it either. So we are 2 Clint Howard Power Hours
It's
in.
that close that you called it The Crow.
Yeah, this is another movie that Clint Howard starring vehicle that we just kind of missed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this has gotten a new release too. This did get a Blu-ray release. I can't remember who put it out. It wasn't Shout Factory. But somebody put it out that included a digital copy with it.
Might have been Vestron, maybe.
Maybe, I don't know. But this has gotten Blu-ray released within the past few years, so I did pick it up. It does have DVD distribution out there. I think it's one you can kind of find relatively easy streaming. If nothing else, I'm sure it's still on Tubi.
Oh, yeah. And sidebar, you got me my copy of The Wraith because you introduced me to the movie, and I was like, damn, that movie's rad. Like, it is the definition of rad. It's just, it's got a very extreme 80s, we had those skateboard movies, the BMX movies, and this is
a
the
car
version.
movie.
Yeah, this is that version, but with cars.
This movie literally starts out, and it looks like a mid-'80s like car commercial.
Yeah.
Like you just get like a blur of something flying through these Nevada nights, and the main car in this movie looks like a car I would have bought a poster of at a Scholastic book fair.
Oh yeah, with like a girl in a bikini sitting on it, maybe. Yeah,
maybe.
The ground is wet. The ground's wet.
Yeah. This is a high dollar Scholastic book fair purchase.
Like $7 poster, baby.
Real car, I believe. I don't remember the name of it, but the car they use in this is a legitimate car. I know somebody owns this screen used copy of it somewhere out there.
I don't know. There's only one in existence, man.
Yeah, we'll get to my issue there.
But yeah, I also think I have the same issue, and so
Probably,
I'm excited.
yeah.
With the grown man lens, we got some
some
talking to do. But yeah, man, if it wasn't for you and the missus, I would not know about this movie, and it quickly became a staple. It's very fun. It's an easy watch, a really easy watch. Not heavy like The Crow, but it is the exact same subject matter as The Crow, but it's fun. It's fun.
100%. Like, it is shocking how much The Crow steals from this movie.
Oh.
Because our main character gets killed, technically, before the movie starts.
Mm-hmm.
And we get a lot of flashbacks of this gang killing this guy. And
The
it's
red
even,
light, yeah.
it's even has the red light in these flashback sequences. So it is fucking egregious.
Yeah.
The amount of thievery The Crow swipe from this. You cannot in any way be like it was accidental or we didn't mean to.
Yeah. I'd never seen the Wraith when I wrote The Crow.
Yeah, when you have a side character that has the name Skank and all these other things, it's like you can't argue against it. I would love to see you try.
The only thing it's missing is taking place the night before Halloween. Halloween ain't till mañana.
Yeah, no, this takes place in Nevada, and I'm assuming Nevada because man, it just feels like
desert forever.
It's this nonstop desert, and our lead baddie does nothing but wear leather jackets, sleeveless or not, and man, so also. Nevada feeling. He has like the cow skull and design on the back of his leather jacket.
Oh yeah,
which is something you would probably buy at like a flea market now. But then it's like that's hot shit.
Yeah, it's airbrushed on.
Yeah, it's super nice at the time.
Had a guy named Steve airbrush that on. Cost me $45. It's ridiculous, man. And so yeah, I want to get to Sheen baby. Getting killed, which all happens in flashbacks, right? Gets killed while he's making love to the
That's so
lead girl.
goddamn weird.
It's right.
Is the character that gets killed and this gang frame like not frames for murder, but they murder and cover up that so no one knows who did it. Charlie Sheen rolls in as the quote unquote Wraith ghost revenge creature
who looks slightly different from how he looked when he was alive.
Not Charlie Sheen that gets killed, but
Yeah.
is Charlie Sheen in a denim tuxedo, a Canadian tuxedo, rolling in on a motorcycle. No shirt, just a denim jacket.
Hey man, it's hot. It's warm. It's Nevada. But I want to bring up the fact that I want to know the motive, the true motive for killing Sheen before Sheen, whatever his name was. We're killing him. And it's essentially because the main baddie, Packard has the hots for Sheen's girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
So that's literally the only motive is, I can't believe he's doing her. I wish I was doing her.
That's like the subplot of the entire movie.
It is
people looking or thinking about her, and he is just he's living every like ID channel like obsessed boyfriend that's going to eventually kill the woman.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's
hanging outside of her house in the dark,
stalking her, slapping the shit out of her. I mean, this
like
guy
cutting his own hand, like straight up that Tales from the Crypt episode. If I can't have you, no one can.
Corey Cunninghaming it up, hamming it up. Get it? Haha. Yeah, it's just he's every boyfriend red flag that there has ever been, and he just wants to possess her. More than anything, like you're mine, you're my girl, and Charlie Sheen's ghosts come rolling into town with murder on his mind, I guess, and he's only got X amount of. We don't know how many days. Yeah,
I think this is like a week.
a dish best served warm under the heat lamps.
Dry.
Yeah,
It's a dry heat.
yeah. It wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for this wind. It's madness. So you say a week? He gets to come back.
It feels like a week.
He gets to come back for a week for.
He's like Pale Rider. He just rolls into town as this stranger. Immediately, our lead gal is just, because who isn't smitten with Charlie Sheen in his like early 20s.
Well, he had all the coke.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's got money. So, got bags and bags of coke, and they just immediately fall for one another. I don't know if she can sense that she was in love with him prior or what. It's odd.
It's like she isn't in a relationship with Packard, but Packard is in a relationship with her.
Yeah. That sounds familiar. Wait, no. Yeah, so Packard immediately notices there's, some connection happening. So then it ramps into full-blown...
Yeah, we have them hanging by, like, the rock quarry swimming hole.
Which looks freezing, by the way.
Which it is.
I was going to say, it looks like they all want to die.
I think it was February. The wife she did some research, like, it's like February, and everyone is frigid cold.
Miserable. That's why none of them will get in the water. They're, like, afraid to touch the water.
There's even dialogue where it's like, water could be a little warmer.
Yeah. Please, God.
But we have one of the exposition guys that rolls up next to Charlie Sheen and is like, wow, you got a lot of scars on you. That's wild. Hey, if you even look at her, Packard will kill you.
Wah, wah, wah. In case you don't get the subtext or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to say, it's not the most intelligent of horror movies, but it's a very, like I said, easily digestible. It's fun, silly, and testosterone filled. It's just a lot of like, let's drive fast.
What if Fast and the Furious took place in Mad Max world?
Yeah, a little bit.
Because anyone that rolls around in any kind of a decent looking car, Packard and his gang of goofballs is like, we're going to force you to race us for your pink slip. Otherwise, we're going to molest and do unwanted things to your lady friend.
Possibly murder you.
Stab you multiple times. You totally have the option to say no, but it will cost you dearly if you do say no. And we will do it. It's by any means, nation of domination, any means necessary to win this race and steal your car, gut it apart, pull it apart. And we have Packard's gang, which includes Gutter Boy, which is perpetually dirty. He looks like a Charlie Brown kid.
Yeah, they're all gross. The only one who looks like they bathe is Clint Howard. And
Clint Howard on the other end of the revenge spectrum on this go around. Hands down, in my opinion, his best look of the 4 movies we're going to cover. He just looks super cool here because he's got Eraserhead hair. He's got the Bret Hart late 90s, mirror glasses. Mm-hmm. He's just, again, he's playing a smart guy. He's a tech man kind of deal. The character Skank is the wife. Every time she's like, his mohawk is always on point. Mm-hmm. Looks good. Colors it. He's got, some eye makeup and shit going on. Different colors in his mohawk every time. Clearly is some kind of mutant because he drinks like brake fluid and hydraulic fluid. And like he's just taking shots of it. He's like, damn, that's got a kick.
Dude, he's part car. He's a real gearhead, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Clint Howard needs to lift his shirt up and see all the motors and shit going inside of him.
But Clint Howard, going back to like as cool as he looks in this movie, right? Like you said, he's a smarty pants. He's a smart dude. He's the guy who like really, really knows the car shit for the gang.
Yeah.
But he's got like a really cool like punk aesthetic. And you and I both, we lean into that. We love that punk aesthetic. And he just looks rad. Like
he's definitely like the rest of this gang has committed the murders. They're all in tight that way, and Packard has no qualms about pulling a knife out and be like, you're gonna do what I want you to do or not, Skank, and I will stab you if you don't.
I will murder.
And I feel at some point they're like, we needed a brain here, and then Clint Howard's character Rughead, appropriately
great name,
rolls into the picture and joins the gang. He's the only one with a sense of conscience, and he straight up is the only character outside of Machete, the one like insubordinate guy in Machete who's like, I quit.
Yeah, I ain't doing it. No.
Yeah, once things start really going south for this gang, Clint Howard's like, hey, I wasn't even here for that shit when you killed somebody. I'm out of here.
Yeah, he's the sympathetic, like, he has nothing to do with it. He's not malicious, violent, and I mean, he's part of the crew, so I'm not going to say he's completely...
his hands aren't completely clean, but he's just a mechanic guy.
All
he does at the races, he's just like, if you lose the race, you lose your car. And he gets, in my opinion, a couple of the best lines when I can't remember any of the names of where they're racing to, but every place sounds like it should be a book title.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to Devil's Drop Off.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah, he steals the show in this movie, but again, it's Clint Howard, and I mean, a lot of these guys, even though Skank and Gutter Boy, like, I feel if you and I were to be in this movie, we would be Skank and Gutter Boy. Like,
I do have a mohawk.
We're just Grunt A and Grunt B, whatever, and they have a really fun, playful dynamic. And they have some good lines and some good scenes, but Clint Howard does have some of the best, like, moments in the movie for sure.
Oh yeah, one coming up in a bit, because outside of Charlie Sheen on his motorcycle, there is this Phantom. It looks like the 1980s answer to a Cybertruck looking sports car.
For sure.
It rolls up. We never see anyone inside of it, but I love Packard is like he's such a Neanderthal, because he'll be in the midst of like trying to bully like the Burger Boy into putting his car up for a race, and it's like,
Yeah.
that'll get Packard's attention immediately off into somewhere else. So as soon as he sees this car, he's like, we got to race. And there's never like negotiations or even dialogue. It's just like, all right, let's go race that guy. Mm-hmm. So
yeah, because he never gets out to talk, so they just like rev engines at each other, like, oh, I guess that
pretty
means...
much. Like, you understand? All right, it's understood. So we have like the least interesting member of the gang race that
curly-headed fuck
first. Yeah, and then this is wash and repeat this a couple of times.
Yeah.
This race will start. We'll get a lot of POV shot from like, the cars, like front end sped up going through these desert roads. And at some point this Wraith will just
overtake it,
take off, and then nothing, and dude will come around a corner, and there the car is sideways, and in an explosion that would just make Michael Bay just erupt in ecstasy. This car blows up on impact, falls down a cliff, and blows up at least 2 more times, I think.
A lot of reserve gas tanks, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. And then this car just kind of appears with like a couple of these mystery parts of the driver just, disappearing, and the car just takes the fuck off, and everyone rolls up. This thing's just a ball of fire at the bottom of this cliff.
Very Demon Knight,
Quite a bit. And then they're like, well, we pulled him out, and the ambulance gets there, and he's not a scratch on him, not a burn, not a cut, not nothing, except he has black holes for his eyes.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Yeah, he's gone.
He's dead as shit. But yeah, just no damage from the fire. But
damnedest thing I ever seen.
Yeah, and that's where we introduce. I swear this has to be the straightest Randy Quaid has ever been.
It might be, but he's still Randy Quaid, so there's still like a quirk to him. But it's
a little bit. But I was like, is this the straightest role Randy Quaid has ever done? Because there's no like craziness about him. He's just the no nonsense sheriff of the town trying to figure out what the hell is going on.
It's hard to, and I hate to typecast him, you know what I mean, but it's hard to look at him and not like how you get that like initial like it's him kind of deal.
Yeah,
like,
you have a hard time biting your tongue. You're like, are you shitting me? He's your long arm of the law here.
Yeah, he's our Loomis essentially.
It's literally his name.
Yeah, it is, and he's hot on the trail, but always day late and a dollar short.
Yeah,
catching these guys, which he knows that the gang races people for pink slips. He knows, but he's always late to the game.
he has nothing,
No
tangible that he
evidence.
can nail them to the wall.
I don't have
but
any
he knows they're
videotape.
up to no good.
Yeah, I don't have any videotape of you racing people and taking their cars from them and beating them and leaving them in the middle of the desert
We don't know
road.
you stabbed the guy several times in the back, then pushed him off a moving vehicle into a quarry.
Yeah.
But by golly, one of these times you're going to slip up, and my ass will be there to make the bust.
I have a real hard time believing that at least Skank and Gutter Boy have not spilled the beans on numerous nefarious...
Gutter Boy is always like he literally later on when they're those two are chasing Charlie on the motorcycle, and Skank's like, get the shotgun, like, but what if we shoot her? Like, get the shotgun. And like, Packard questioning him later, like, did you see them at all? Like, I definitely didn't see them on a motorcycle, Packard. I didn't see that at all.
That dude is ridiculous.
I feel like a little worm on a big fucking hook.
Yeah. I have a hard time believing that they just have not opened their mouth and like let someone know, like, well, we was out of town when that guy got killed or whatever, like,
I didn't push him off the edge of that
quarry.
No, I didn't cover him in gasoline.
Yeah, like
I don't even know what gasoline is.
They're fucking morons, and
Yeah, when one guy's drinking hydraulic fluids.
Yeah, I mean, they always say, what does it say? Two people can keep a secret if
One's
one is
dead.
dead. Like, and you got like a bunch of fuck ups in your crew, and I mean, Packard is cool as a cucumber, which we talked about last night, which I gotta bring up when the Wraith shows up to their chop shop.
Yeah, they've got the most 1980s looking like hideout garage area.
It looks like where R.A. Mihailoff was doing Linnea Quigley in Pumpkinhead 2, like with all
jeez.
just like a random barn with like so much shit in it. And but yeah, they've got like their whole chop shop set up. The Wraith rolls in looking ridiculous. as all
Super
get.
1980s. He's got like a motocross helmet and like it's a full bodysuit, and then there's like tubes and wires and shit going off
It's like-
various parts of him.
Yeah.
And he has a shotgun, which he luckily before he got to the chop shop, he put in unlimited ammo because I believe he fires it at least 20 or 30 times.
And it has lights on it too, which
Yeah,
is
it's
fun.
got laser lights on this shotgun. He's just blowing the shit out of everything in this whole warehouse, which I laugh because Gutter Boy's on that like those I can't think of what they are.
I know, yeah, they're like a little-
workbenches that you lay on under a car, and he's just trying to get away from
Yeah.
it. Skank somehow like just flies straight up in the air, and he's like 40 feet hanging from the rafters.
Some Three Stooges shit, like swinging from a light. You know?
Yeah, and Packard is like you said, he's just no selling that this guy with this shotgun is just blowing the shit out of everything. In
Yeah,
this.
not
everything he
threatened,
knows.
Not threatened, not intimidated at all. This guy strolls into your chop shop, destroys all of your cars, all of your tools, and has a shotgun pointed in your face, and you're like, better put that kidney buster down. Yeah, like,
Kidney buster.
on what fucking planet? Like, how badass do you have to be like, I have a switchblade? Like, get fucked. Like, no, you
know what
run.
happens to people with knives, right? They get shot.
Yeah. You get dead. Especially when you're messing around with a ghost in a motocross helmet and got a bunch of rope lights. Like, he's ridiculous. The Wraith is ridiculous, but you don't mess with that guy.
It sounds cliche, but you're like once you say, you're like, yeah, that is the most 1980s looking like definition of road cool.
Road cool.
Road cool, yeah, like if we 1980'd the shit out of a Mad Max kind of thing, like really hardcore, just minus putting neon lights running across them, which I'm not 100% sure they aren't there anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm trying to picture it.
It's all there. But yeah, after blowing shit up, they run across them again because they keep stopping by the fast food place there, which made me really want to have Sonic drive in. Mm-hmm. Because it's just a bunch of girls on their rollerblades serving everyone, which I love. When they serve Randy Quaid, he's eating there watching the gang, and they take off, and he just flips his tray. Is like, oh, the hell with this, and takes off.
A little backstory about Randy Quaid. He fucking hates pickles.
Juice all gets up in the bread.
Yeah, he's like, nope, I ain't having these
Yeah,
pickles.
he's throwing the pickles off, and I'm like, I 100% identify with Randy Quaid. Maybe for the first time ever in a feature film. First and last time.
Get these pickles off my burger, dog. I'm trying.
Yeah, because they're hassling people. Packard gets a note in his car, like stabbed in his steering wheel, like, meet me here, for a race. Like, he's up here, let's go. So you get the next last in line subordinate that does the race. So wash and repeat, same thing happens.
Exact same thing, verbatim.
Yep. So we have another one down. Of course, now the sheriff rolls up and he's getting more annoyed and pissed that he can't figure out like who's doing this. And I don't know why he's so kind of. I get it, but I don't get it. He's really accusatory towards that gang, like as if they did it.
Yeah, you killed your friend.
I don't know what happened to him.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah, and then it's not until after that. It's after Skank and Gutter Boy that I think Loomis comes around and starts being like, who's doing it?
Yeah, because it's Clint Howard that's explaining shit to him. Because our next spot after that is Packard is doing his ID channel shit, watching girl from his car from a distance while she is hooking up with Charlie Sheen.
Like you do.
Yeah, we have Skank and Gutter Boy at the warehouse with Rughead, and this is where Clint Howard which I love, like the second race, he tries to put like a like one of these things on the Wraith's car,
like
so
a kill switch.
Yeah, kill switch, and he no-sells. He lifts the hood on the Wraith's vehicle, and the engine is shaking and rattling, but there's literally like shocker like electricity going on top of this thing. Like that's not normal.
No,
that's not
that's not car.
That's not factory warranted.
Yeah.
And he's just like, will you take a look at this? So he knows.
Will you quit fooling around over there? Put the thing on.
Yeah, he knows well ahead of time, like, something is very amiss about all of this. And they all are hanging out in the, like, they get arrested or they're just in, like, the sheriff's office. And, yeah, Clint Howard is just like, I don't know nothing about any of this shit that's going on, but I know it's not good.
I'm leaving town, dog.
So, yeah, fast forward to it's just those three in that warehouse, and he straight up tells Gutter Boy and Skank, like, that's a wraith, that's a ghost, we are going to die, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you guys do whatever you want, I'm gone. I don't care what Packard says, I'm leaving now.
And he gets, like, a quarter mile down the road, so he definitely...
He doesn't even technically leave what I would consider their driveway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
before the wraith is going at 300 miles an hour, just drives right through their front door and blows the shit up out of this whole place.
Some jihad shit.
It is Friday the 13th, Part 7, cabin exploding level explosion.
Like melt the cameras.
Yeah, there's nothing left of this place but splinters.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gone. Gone.
It is way gone. And I guess that doesn't really warrant Clint Howard leaving immediately, because we cut to a scene where him and Randy Quaid are just sifting through the rubble, and he's like, they were in there, man. Gutter Boy and Skank are in there. They're dead. It's this thing. It's killing them. I know it. It drove right in. It blew the fuck up. I'm still leaving town. Yeah. You tell Packard I'm out.
And then we get... It's another weird scene, because, again, with this Packard fella who's obsessed with this one girl in particular, we fast forward to Packard has a lady.
His random hookup.
Yeah, in his apartment or whatever this thing is, where he's...
I think it's still in the warehouse.
Okay,
it's before the
warehouse.
Explosion, I think.
And Randy Quaid comes in to question him, and this girl, she looks maybe in distress. Like a little bit.
Like, maybe she's not really interested in doing all this.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say the words, just like 2 weeks ago. I'm going to refrain from that word, but...
She's not going to say no because of the implication.
Yeah. The implication is strong, so...
Packard said, you could say no, but you would never say no.
Because you're afraid I'd stab you with this giant knife that I keep in my hand at all times.
Or his back pocket, because he's still in jeans. He's just got a shirt off. She's down to just panties, but he's got just his shirt off.
And Randy Quaid comes in, and is like, "You good?" and ushers her out as he's gonna question.
She's still in there. Well, he gets up and he's like, "I'll see you in the squad car, Sheriff." Yoo-hoo!
Yeah, he's a fucking turd of a human being.
Let me grab my jacket first.
Plus, his hair makes me want to kill him.
It's very well coiffed.
Like,
it's feathered. It looks nice.
It's ridiculous when I say, like, Clint Howard's hair doesn't bother me, but Packard's hair makes me want to kick him in the neck.
Packard's hair looks like it shouldn't be. It doesn't fit the profile of who he is.
No.
Like, he should have either some, but he's clean shaven too, which maybe adds to it. Maybe he had like a goatee or something. It would add a level of menace to it. But it's just a very well coiffed, like, yuppie almost kind of 1980s haircut.
Feathered a little bit.
Yeah,
just a
it's
little
not.
bit.
It's about a little bit down here, like almost to the shoulders, but not quite.
But it's that one like bang that's so dumb.
It just looks. It looks nice. It doesn't look like someone that has a knife.
that's committed multiple murders and
Yeah,
possible assaults.
It's someone you should be able to push over.
Yeah, but he's our big baddie, and he does not bow to.
I guess he's the guy that ended up. The wife told me this too. That he's the guy that later on in his career he directed The Notebook.
That's bizarre. There's no switchblades in The Notebook. How love should be. It should involve a switchblade.
That hair definitely looks like it directed The Notebook.
Yeah.
It does not look like it's killed multiple people and, implicated a young lady in his crib.
Yeah. And pushed people off into rock quarries or whatever. But, yeah, he's our big bad. He doesn't give two fucks. He's not intimidated. He's not worried, which you would think at like a certain point in the film, there'd be like a crack in his armor. Like, oh, okay.
Well, yeah, he overreacts to something insignificant because of the pressure.
Yeah. But he's pretty well dialed in and is not.
He's just easily distracted.
Yeah. And he's going to kill. His whole mission switches real quick from like being a chop shop guy to I'm just going to kill whoever's in this car. I've had enough. I'm going to kill this guy in this car and I'm going to.
But yeah,
steal this girl.
When he switches to kill the Wraith, he gets distracted because he starts seeing Charlie Sheen hooking up with his lady, and he's completely obsessed with that. And then when he finds that, I guess that's the closest you get to his snapping moment because he just rolls up to the hangout grill, and she's working. She's just doing her waitress thing, and he just grabs her and puts her in the car. And I guess the burger boy is like, "Hey, you can't be." He's the first one to finally stand up. Because Charlie Sheen's the whole movie been like, someone has to stand up to this guy. You got to stand up to this guy. Everyone has to stand up to this guy, but no one does. They're too afraid.
And no one backs him up. No one backs up Charlie Sheen's little brother.
Yeah, but he does. Packard just punches him in the face, kicks him several times. Well, everyone just watches.
Yeah.
Which even Burger Boy stands up. He's like, "Y'all just let him take her?
Why didn't y'all do something when the fat bitch jumped on me?"
Y'all trash!
Next Friday. Reference deep cut.
Yeah, grabs her, throws her in, and just takes off with her. And he's like, at that point, he's just like, we're leaving the state. We're going to California.
I'm kidnapping you, yeah.
Yeah, she's just like, I'm not doing that.
You know why he was going to California? Because that hair was going to get him paid and late.
Paid and late. and at this point, because I was asking myself, I was like, so she knows that they, and he particular, killed the boyfriend she was with in the flashbacks, right?
And then she comes out and says, like,
it was you. So I guess she didn't know. Like,
That's
they put a
right,
bag
bitch.
over her head or something. Which I don't know if I'd trust Skank, Gutter Boy, or any of the others to put a bag over someone's head and not kill them.
Bag over your head or not, I believe that gang has a distinct smell. So
yeah.
I feel like
motor oil and dust.
You'd be like, I didn't see them, but I heard them and I could smell them. Like, that's as good a positive ID as any, I guess.
Yeah, I smelled hydraulic fluid, which tipped me off that Skank is here, and LA Gear styling gel.
Yeah, only seems like there's about 40 people in this neck of the woods because it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, and they all hang out at the burger joint.
Yeah.
So that you're either at the rock quarry freezing your balls off, or at the burger joint eating a burger, or getting your car stolen.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot going on. Not like a big town ever revealed in this movie. suburb,
or town at all. Like, yeah, we get a little bit of like
her house.
This much of town, and we don't even know like, is this her house? Does she live with parents? We don't know what is going on.
There are no adult figures in this movie.
None other than Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
That's a frightening image in and of itself.
It's really weird that there
sounds like Arizona to a T. The only power authority figure is someone like Randy Quaid.
Yeah,
but again, like Shiny Ball, Packard is he's kidnapped girl. Gonna go to California. What happens? Wraith car rolls right up, and he's like, "All right, we're doing this." I will give Packard's gang one positive bit is they are very much concerned with their own safety because everybody in a race puts a helmet on.
I brought that up actually when I was rewatching it, prepping for this. Megan was watching it with me, and she's like, "It's kind of weird they wear helmets, no?" And I was like, "You know why they do that? Stunt drivers." It's hard to get a stunt driver that looks close enough like you. And there are a lot of hairy car scenes in this movie. I know they speed up some of the footage, but you got to be crazy careful when you're driving on the side of a fucking canyon.
And there's always, every race, there's that one, it's like a jam car that's just driving, casually through Nevada.
Oh, we got to split. Yeah.
I don't know why that same car. They may have just reused the same shop. I feel like it's the same car. It's like the Jam Car 500 there.
Yeah, there's some idiot just casually cruising along. You gotta split the race, and someone's almost got to die. You'd think they would drive ahead, like one car would radio, like one car would get to the end of the quarter mile or whatever, and be like, "It's clear, dog."
It's a sad state of affairs when Fast and the Furious sounds more safety minded than the Wraith is.
Well, I'm telling you, man, anyone who drag races on the side of a fucking mountain, you got to have your head examined. There's no upside to it.
Again, I point to, there's a guy drinking hydraulic fluid for fun in this movie.
Yeah.
Your logic is irrelevant here.
Yeah, that's true. I suppose. I'm sorry. Just be safe out there driving, guys. God, man.
So we have now, there's no one left in the gang. It's just Packard. There's no Packard in the gang. It's just Packard. He has his race. And again, wash and repeat. The exact same thing happens. Only the fun part this time is I feel like maybe I missed it, but the other guys who have been killed are still clothed when they find the bodies.
They are.
Yeah, okay. So when we get to Packard, it looks like he's just butt naked. Again, no markings on him, but are his eyes closed, or does he have the blackout eyes too? I thought his eyes were closed.
His eyes are closed. We don't get that freeze frame with the cropped out eyes.
Yeah. So maybe he still has his soul. I don't know, but the Wraith took his clothes and blew him up.
I wish he would have got it like a little more.
Should have gotten a bit more.
Yeah,
but everybody got the same.
Yeah, we always root for the worst person in the crew.
Should have the most glorious, death.
A la Trent, Friday 2009. Like, that's always my go back to is like, it's got to be, you got to go, when they get it,
Something a little extra satisfying about it. But no, it's literally a wash and repeat job. It doesn't get old, really. It's just kind of like, oh, okay.
I bet he's gonna park and he's gonna crash into him.
Yeah. Yep, there it is.
The invincible car.
Pretty cool.
Doom.
And then, again, like a wash and repeat thing, Quaid and the cleanup crew show up, and Quaid knows? Because he's like, well...
I've deduced it.
Yeah, he just tells like his subordinates, like, just clean this shit up and let's get out of here.
He gonna leave. He ain't gonna kill nobody else.
Yeah, he's like, are we gonna investigate this at all? And he's like, what for?
Yeah.
No one's left in Packard's gang, including Packard.
Yeah.
Whoever's done this work's done. They won't murder anymore. Because they do
good old-fashioned police work, goddammit.
Yeah, because they do chase the Wraith at one point. Like, they set up a barricade, Wraith blows through it, they're chasing, and the Wraith just kind of, it hits the nitrous button, it gone in 60 seconds, it gets way far ahead and just, like some lighting effect, like it disappears. And we think Quaid sees this, and I'm not 100% sure if he quite sees all of it, but he's just kind of like, well, that's the damnedest thing I've ever seen.
One of these.
Huh. Yeah, and it's kind of like a... Huh.
Well, all right. Must have been that boy that got killed.
He looks exactly how I looked at the end of Evil Speak.
Yeah. Okay. But speaking of endings, before we move on to any of the extra segments, let's discuss my biggest issue with this movie. I feel like it may be the same issue you have. So you've covered Randy Quaid is like, well, you ain't gonna kill nobody else. We're done policing.
Case closed.
Yeah, wash our hands of it.
Go back to my office and smoke a pack of cigarettes and call that police work.
Swing through, get a burger, no pickles. Dip on back to the precinct or whatever and fucking hang out. But the issue that I have is this Wraith's car is the only car in existence of this kind, which everyone is an eyewitness to. Like, everyone
has seen this. Everyone in this town has seen this.
Police have seen it. Everyone knows this car is... The killer's in this car.
Yeah.
So Charlie Sheen gives his little brother the car. It's the only one in existence, buddy. It's all yours. The instructions are in the glove box. And I went, but they know that person driving that car killed everybody. So did he just frame his little brother for like 5 murders?
Again, that's my last note on the page was, so Charlie Sheen just let his brother take the rap for the murders.
All of them. Yeah. And that's terrible.
Yeah, you don't think about that then. You're just like, oh, that's,
he gave him the car. That's so sweet because his other car needed paint.
Because everyone kind of, figures it out when it's too late. Like, oh, you're him. You're my brother. You don't look like him, but you're him. So yeah, girl's like, I always did love you. I'm like, well, let's ride away into the great beyond together. So
yeah, so that's the other thing.
So she's missing. He'll definitely be questioned about that shit.
Unless you turn up missing. How the hell do you turn up missing? Unless you're Wraith.
But I guess they would probably, put that back on Packard, because the last anyone saw of her is she went with Packard, and then Packard is blowed up. So, yeah. So
here's the question. Grown-up logic to the ending of this movie. I mean, we said he possibly gets a week.
Yeah.
So if he possibly gets a week, why does he take her? Why does she ride off with? Because she didn't get killed. So are we saying with the ending of this movie that he gets to start over and have this earthly body of Charlie Sheen and get to try again? No social security card, no fucking fingerprints, no date of birth. He's just a blank slate and gets to figure this all out, and he's got the love of his life. Or are we saying...
I'm saying
she's gonna go to heaven with him.
I think Charlie Sheen just killed her, and now they're in the netherworld together.
They're
forever.
In the what is it? The further, yeah.
They're living there forever. Yeah, like now my little brother's gonna be locked up for multiple homicides, serving 999 years for killing an entire gang, and I'm here with Gal in the nether realm, and that's how things go.
I got to have a human penis for another 7 days, and hook up with my old flame.
So, yeah, he's like, I don't have much time left, but he has enough time to, hang out on the quarry, go, rafting, hook up.
And here is the other real big problem I have with not having much time, like getting to come back and not having much time. And the thing that he thinks of is, I'd like to have sex with her one more time. I'd like to tell my brother that I am his brother and, maybe go see my mom and dad. Like, there's no others like, well, that girl I slept with a couple times, I'd like to sleep with her again. And maybe kill some people. Man, I miss my brother. You know what I mean? Like, no.
Priorities.
Catharsis for him. And he doesn't even flat out come out and say, like, you know I'm your brother, right? Like, he's just like, it's implied, but it's so shitty of Charlie Sheen to do to his family. It infuriates me a little bit. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Not too much, but I'm like, your poor fucking brother, dude.
So in that same vein then, who do you award the Brown Panty achievement?
Oh, baby. It's time to slip into something a little more comfortable. It's time for the Brown Panty Award.
My Brown Panty Award goes to Charlie Sheen's little brother because he didn't get, he gets nothing other than the car, so he technically gets framed for murderers, but he just didn't get that, that real time with his brother. Like, sure, he hung out with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah,
And
he
was
just
like,
thought
yeah,
he was just a new guy in town.
yeah, hey, sorry those guys are picking on you. You stick with me, pal. You know, like, ooh, we
Yeah.
could be dorks together.
By
Like,
the time he figures it out, it's too late.
it's the end. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to go to heaven with my girlfriend.
I'm taking her with me, too.
Yeah.
You stay right here.
So,
Someone needs to take the rap for this, and you're all that's left.
yeah, and there's no people in this movie that deserve to live. So, you know, all the bad guys deserve to die. So, mine was unconventional. My Brown Panty Award had to I had to think outside of the box, and it's like, well, he gets screwed.
Yeah.
So, I don't know
Yeah.
what you did.
I went a little bit further into the unconventional route. I gave my Brown Panty achievement to all the cars that got blowed the fuck up that was in the gang, because
Some nice ones.
I wouldn't say the brother's car was worth racing for necessarily. I guess she
Just needed a paint job, man.
like that. I don't know. To me, that the brother's car is the equivalent to that vacuum cleaner in the back of Val and Earl's truck. It's good for parts.
Yeah.
But
Why'd
yeah,
you bring
like
the vacuum cleaner?
that second car that does the race and blows up, like that's the super nice looking one.
Mm-hmm.
And even, to a degree, it feels like it's reeking of Nevada, just like that Packard's jacket is. Packard's car, although it has like a lot of spray paint looking shit on it, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, is his car like in the process of getting worked on, or
He's holding off because he's working on all the other cars that he's taken.
Or was he meaning to paint it, and then it's like, oh, he got distracted by some shiny object or some shit?
A bee.
Oh, look, a dove.
He's the worst bad guy ever. Now that
Again, just,
yeah, very easily distracted. Fucking moron.
and because he's all that, I couldn't give anyone else the perfect execution.
What's the craziest weapon ever used? Chainsaws and knives are such a snooze. So get creative when you hack and slash. The more absurd, the better. Just make us laugh. It's a perfect execution. Chop 'em up. It's a perfect execution. Covered in blood. It's a perfect execution. Just make it dumb. It's a perfect execution. And it's always fun. Fun.
Okay. Show me.
But our boy Packard.
Ah, nice. So my perfect execution just went to our movie doppelgangers that I think we would be. I just had to go Skank and Gutter Boy because
They died together.
they do die together. They have every scene together. They're never separate.
Yeah,
really.
they work together. They live together.
They're funny together. They're
Yeah.
a good duo in this movie. Other than Clint Howard, they're the things I think of when I think of this movie.
Yeah.
So I had to give it to them because, especially, they don't even get a chance to fight back. They're not even in, like,
They don't even know they're in a fight.
yeah, it's like other guys are like at least racing and like, I'm gonna get him or whatever.
They have a good, second to 2 seconds. Yeah.
That camera zoom.
I don't even think.
Oh shit!
I don't even think these two had a second to go. Bruh.
They gone, like literally eviscerated, evaporated. There's nothing left of them.
They're vaporized.
Yeah, just gone. Like they're just ashes.
They, if Rughead didn't tell Randy Quaid they were in that building, I don't think they'd ever account for them.
Yeah, we're like they went to the store.
Yeah, they just stopped showing up one day.
Yep. Yeah, I mean they're criminals, so it's not unheard of that they might have just went on the lam, and they would have went together because there may be a little something there. You never know. Just like you never know.
We
What?
found this hydraulic fluid.
Yeah. Completely
Container.
unmelted. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like normal.
Got a black label on the top of it.
Poor Skank and Gutter Boy. Yeah, they had to get mine because they got theirs.
Indeedy. So, tie in for this week.
It's time for the tie-in! So many movies, so little time. You better pick yours before I pick mine. So watch a double feature. All monsters and creatures. It's a double feature of death, death, death.
I had one in the chamber. and I had it in the chamber, and it was my tie-in all the way up until about 2 days ago. And then I changed my mind. So I'll tell you what I was going to pick and what I did pick. Initially, my tie-in was what I think one of the best movies that involves vehicular homicide, I guess, would be Christine. I love Christine. I think Christine is got a little bit of that rock and roll. I mean, albeit 50s rock and roll attitude, but some rock and roll attitude.
Greaser rock and roll attitude.
Yeah. Switchblades and everything, you know. Bad guys that
leather jackets, feathered hair,
picking on everybody.
Wow, there is a lot of ties there.
It is. So Christine was a number one Duke of New York for me. And then about 2 days ago, I was like, you know what's better, even though it is missing all those elements, but it's still like in our wheelhouse, that's too much fun to ignore, is The Car. So I went with The Car because I think, it's essentially the Wraith. We don't ever get to see what's inside the car, but it terrorizes all the cops. It outsmarts all the cops, kills everybody, does that, drives through a house and kills a lady on a phone, which is equivalent to him driving into the barn and blowing up Skank and Gutter Boy. Kind of similar, a little similar, but
kind of
in desert, mountains, and stuff like that. So I just went with The Car because it's just too goddamn much fun, and it's another movie that I didn't know existed until you and I started.
Blind bought the car because they restored it, and it was on a Shout Factory. I'm like, this is kind of wild shit.
It's a wild movie. It's beautiful, and it's fun as fuck.
Yeah.
So I just went with that. So.
Well, you put a lot more forethought than I did. I went the same route as somebody in the mid '90s did. As I just went with The Crow.
The Crow.
Let's see the 1980s Crow, and then we watched the mid '90s Crow.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because I'm outside of myself shouting it from the rooftops. I don't know of anyone else that I've seen that has made the same connection. I even brought it up to Nightmare Junkhead. Greg from Nightmare Junkhead about it, and he's like, oh. It was dawning on him in real time when I brought it up. And I'm like, no one else has caught this and thought of this yet?
It is. I mean, you used the word earlier, but it's egregious. It's plagiarism.
Oh yeah, they can sue and win and not even go. That would settle out of court.
Only if he put clown paint on his fucking, or mime paint on his fucking motorcycle helmet. Like, I mean, it's, yeah.
He flicks a match and a big W in flames is on the ground.
God damn it. Yeah, I mean,
Where would you put Clint, if Clint Howard, if we put him in The Crow, where would he be in The Crow? My first thought is he should have been like the
David
dude
Patrick Kelly. He just replaced David Patrick Kelly.
Really? I was thinking he would have been a good... The guy that runs the
hot dog stand?
Not the hot dog stand, the
pawn shop.
Yeah, the pawn shop. I was gonna say antique store, but not antiques, or pawn shop.
Yeah.
I feel like you would have been a good pawn shop guy.
We just have him be Ernie Hudson's partner, like Chris Farley was in Airheads. He's just like,
want me to tape it off?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, he still says the same thing. I think that's a crow, man. Carries the souls to the land of the dead.
I'm out of here, man.
I'm quitting the force.
I'm sure, because Clint Howard has one of the best careers in Hollywood. The dude has been in a million movies. I need to find a movie where he plays a cop. There's got to be one out there. I would kill to watch him be a cop that just, always drinking coffee and, I don't know about this. We better call for backup. You know what I mean? Sign me the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up, Cooper Dick. We're not calling in for backup. We got this.
A buddy cop movie where he's got the blues on, wearing the actual cop uniform. Give me that.
I'll raise you. I want to see him as part of a SWAT team.
The tough guy in the SWAT team?
No, one of the guys that's got the doorbuster. He's this let's say there's two guys doing the doorbuster. He's just one of the doorbuster guys, and then like the rest of the, like he's one of the guys in 7 that breaks the door open before Johnny C and the rest of the gang go in.
Johnny C. McGinley.
Yeah.
John C. McGinley leads the SWAT team. No, he's like Die Hard, the one of the guys that gets stuck on the thorn bush. And it's like, ow,
Ow!
ow, like, you're ghosting us, motherfucker. Ow, my finger.
Oh, put him in Predator.
It's grenadine. Something
my
out
jungle
there,
treats.
and it ain't no man.
Oh, I'd believe that. Like I could believe he could play
Cutting
someone that's a
himself with-
tracker.
There was a firefight. They were shooting in all directions.
directions.
You ain't
There's
scared
no
of
signs.
bullshit. You ain't scared of no man. Something out there. It
Ain't no man.
Yeah, baby. We just fucking changed the game. Just put Clint Howard in everything and make our lives that much better. So speaking of that, I suppose.
I've had it with these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah, baby.
He's coming for Sam Jackson shit.
We should have fucking shotguns.
Hold on to your butts.
We have gone off the deep end. On that note, I think it's time to take a look at Walter Paisley's horror movie survival guide and get one solitary tip on how to survive the Wraith, man.
There are certain rules that you must abide on every page if you don't wanna die. This ancient book will help keep you alive, so pay attention to the tips of how to survive.
Use your Wraith mind powers.
Listen to Rughead and it's get the fuck out of Nevada.
You stay out of Nevada. It's not safe.
I'm gonna open a leather shop. I'd be out of business in a week.
Steer clear of Nevada. Absolutely steer clear of Nevada.
Yeah.
A lot of bad things go on.
Name something good that's come out of Nevada. Name 3 things good that's come out of Nevada.
Vegas.
See, no one can do it.
Vegas vacation. Don't skimp on the yellow. Randy Quaid.
Don't get cheap on me.
Yep.
That's where his character ended up. He's still the sheriff. Cooking fucking raw chicken on rocks.
God damn it.
I'm going to the Hoover Dam again to go fishing.
Yeah, Randy Quaid. He came out of Nevada. That's one good thing.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
Is he in Nevada and Independence Day also? It's desert.
I mean, it could be California.
Yeah. California. Takes a
How
chance
come
on
Clint's
this.
never been in a TCM movie?
Well, we need to make a petition, make that happen.
Like, tell me.
He doesn't belong in that family.
Yeah, tell me if you remade that movie, legitimately did like a shot-for-shot remake, he would be a great
Cook?
hitchhiker.
Or
cook.
Oh, yeah.
Look what your brother did to the door!
Coon shits. I think I can say that, so I'm going to say it. I get in trouble a lot. People are like, I think that might be racist. He's not saying it racist.
He's taking it back.
Yeah.
Clint's taking it back.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a racist term.
It's fine if you have no idea what it
that
means.
it is racist. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you can say anything.
Yeah. Because
Ignorance is bliss
you're just
and
a
a
moron.
blessing.
And I'm a moron.
Yeah.
I'm not a racist. I'm just an idiot.
Wait, look for that T-shirt on our Teespring
Yes.
at some point. Not a racist. I'm just stupid.
Yeah, I'm real fucking dumb. I
Made
can't
a lot
help
of
it.
sales in Louisiana.
Good Lord. Well, I suppose we can move on to the second to last segment.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Last,
I got confused because
no.
I got confused because we did things out of order a little bit. But what does that mean, Evil?
Well, somebody didn't like this movie.
They're wrong, but that's fine.
They're wrong, but maybe for the right reasons. It's time for that 1-star review from the Amazons.
Hated it.
John Carroll on April 15th, 2015, which is still 10 years ago.
Oh, you don't say that. You'll say that.
We went from 20 years last show to now we're only 10 years a difference. But John Carroll gave The Wraith 1 star. I didn't order this movie.
You just look a gift horse in the mouth. You'd be thankful that you got The Wraith in the mail.
Still, I've been an Amazon customer for a number of years now. Not once have I ordered a movie and it's shown up as something else, or an unknown movie shows up to my door. I've ordered movies that have not shown up.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've literally ordered a movie that arrived and it was an empty package.
They just sent you an envelope.
Yeah, they sent me an envelope with nothing in it.
Not even a receipt.
No, but not once have I received an unknown, unwarranted movie, but I'm still hoping.
Technically, I could review The Wraith on Amazon and say, I didn't order this, because I didn't. You sent it to me. You bought it for me for my birthday.
And I bought it through Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah, so...
Maybe I've never thought of it that way. Maybe it's someone that bought it as a gift for somebody.
And they didn't read the thing?
Yeah, we just keep thinking someone just got this by accident. Maybe someone is sending these on purpose, and he's like, this was a birthday gift, and it was shit.
Yeah, Steve's going to love this. And then he doesn't even read it. Yeah.
So much so that he just didn't like it at all.
Who the hell keeps sending me copies of The Wraith?
I ordered The Wrestler. Where's my copy of The Wrestler?
Clint Howard as the wrestler.
If Clint Howard ever was a wrestler, he would be like a wrestler from like the mid 70s, and he'd have like a name like the Heartthrob.
Mm-hmm. I like it. Yeah.
Like, the Lady Killer. Mm-hmm. Something very like the Pretty Boy.
Bob, the businessman.
Pretty boy Howie.
Yeah.
Not Horrible Howard.
Always carries a mirror, fixes his fucking that balding head.
I thought you were going to say a torch. Like, you're going to say, ah!
The hunchback.
Yeah.
Tag team with Edward Furlong.
Blowing sand in people's faces.
Mm-hmm. Oh, good Lord. On that note, it's time to move on to the last segment, which is What Evil.
Time to play the game.
Time to play the game. Time to play the game.
It's all about the game and how you play it, and it ain't cool.
Man. That's right. It's time to play the game. And if you're new here, welcome. But you're probably scratching your head asking yourself, what the hell is the game? Well, the game is a deep cut in and of itself where you got to pick a prop from that movie that we are covering, but it can't be a well-known prop. The Wraith, not necessarily a well-known movie. You can't have Eric Draven's trench coat. I'm just kidding. Let's say you can't have the car.
Car or the suit that he's wearing.
It's basically like
the Tron suit.
Yeah, you can't have the two main identifying factors.
The thing that's on the cover of both the DVD and the Blu-ray. There is like every release of it is pretty much like the car and the Tron suit is about the.
There is that one. I think the Blu-ray has like a cool, like a hand painted, and it's like the car on the road, and then like faces of all the people, like the gang, like like a I Know What You Did Last Summer kind of thing. But it's drawn, so it's better.
It's better.
It's not just floating photoshopped heads. But yeah, on that note, guys, let us know your prop pick, whether it's on the comments on Spotify or whatever podcast app you listen to us, whether it's on this video podcast via YouTube, wherever, Patreon, Discord. We live for the prop pick. It's our bread and butter, and it breaks our heart when people don't let us know their prop picks. I need to know. If you're watching, listening, you got to tell me what you want from this movie, or I'll kill you.
If it's better than
with
what
a switchblade. And that's the implication, that I'll kill you with a switchblade if you don't tell me. So, you want to go first this week?
Sure, because I thought I picked a banger of a prop.
All right, let's see what you got, because, yeah, this was tough.
Oh, not for me. Like, I think I had this set out before I even set up my Brown Panties executions or anything else. I was like, I know exactly what I want from this movie. And since we're covering specifically Clint Howard in these features, I want the bandana that he starts every race with.
Nice. That's not bad.
Give me the red bandana.
I almost went with his cool purple, almost
shades.
Like Zubaz pants.
Oh, okay.
That he's rocking. I almost went with those. But, one of the main things that I think of when I think of this movie, we've brought it up about 1 million times in this hour, and it's just stupid, is the jug of hydraulic fluid. So I think I want the jug of hydraulic fluid because, seriously, it's like, you know when people drank antifreeze, like people would poison their like husbands with antifreeze?
Yeah.
Because it's sweet, or you can put it on meat and give it to animals and kill animals. Like that was a thing in the 80s people did. I feel like hydraulic fluid probably has ethylene glycol in it or something to that, like something poisonous.
I'm just going back to Death Wish when Bruce is pouring brake fluid on dude's leg and it's like eating his fucking leg apart. And I'm
like acid or
how
something?
I'm not really a car guy, so I'm sure car people are having their shit fits, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know how much difference brake fluid is from hydraulic fluid, but I definitely not drinking it. He's definitely that'd be the fucked up thing is if Skank gets. Like, he just stands up and walks out like the T1.
Superpowers.
He's the T1000 now. He's just made of hydraulic fluid.
Yeah, he's leaking battery fluid.
He's Hydro Man.
Which means he's bleeding to death.
Hail Hydra, and it's Skank.
Yeah, with his fucking sweet mohawk of doom. But
it is a nice mohawk and always colored.
I mean, that should kill him. He should be dead before the Wraith got a chance to kill him. Like, the Wraith rolls up and he's just like fucking drooling, like he drank
Even
Drano.
Packard is like not really, but kind of concerned. He's like, quit drinking that shit. It's rotting your brain. When Packard is showing like sympathy, like you should probably stop doing this. It's killing you.
Yeah.
Stop doing it.
I like it, man. Ugh.
I don't know how someone that could be that fucked up has that impeccable of a mohawk.
Well, he does the mohawk before he starts drinking.
It even changes like colors and design scene to scene. Like from going from the warehouse to the hamburger store.
But he didn't take a shower.
Yeah, I don't know that anyone takes a shower in this.
No.
The shower is jumping into the cold water at the quarry.
Sidebar to that. We talked 2 weeks ago about that lady had weird boobs. I just want to get this out of the way. This lady does not.
Oh,
and
even the wife, every time we watch it, at some point watching this movie, because she's in 2 different swimsuits, she has nude sequences.
The blue swimsuit is where it's at.
I like the red one.
I'm a blue kind of guy. With a blue.
At some point, every time we watch it, without fail, sooner or later, the wife will go, damn, she's fine.
I
think it's the eyes a lot.
She's a very pretty girl, and just without being like a gross person, she has a hard body. You know what I mean? She has like an impeccable body.
Yeah.
So take that for what you will.
I can see why they hired her for being a one of the not a bellhop was a car hop.
Yeah, bellhop.
Bellhop, car hop, hip hop.
You know, she kind of looks like Renee Estevez, Emilio Estevez's sister. That she was in Intruder.
Okay, yeah.
And a couple other weird B horror movies.
They killed everyone. Put Clint there.
Yeah.
So there he was, walking down the street, carrying a severed head.
And a sandwich in the other. Yeah.
Goddamn.
If you haven't seen Intruder, you should probably go do that. We'll cover that eventually, too, in our Sam Raimi retrospective down the road.
Fun sidebar to that. We actually did cover it in a Lost episode.
Of a podcast?
Yeah.
We covered Intruder?
We had the wife with us, and we recorded Intruder because it was the first time she ever heard how we do the prop game.
I don't remember this at all. We've been doing this 5 years now.
Oh, it was way early on. We recorded it, and then something went wrong with the recording, and we never re-recorded it.
Of course.
Because she was laughing her ass off because I never told her that I did a Lemmy voice for her at the time for when we did the game portion. So she had a hard time maintaining that. But yeah, we recorded one about the movie, but it ended up getting lost in the ether.
Well, it'll have to come back. The set is going to get extended. There will be a third microphone at some point. Sure would be nice. We'll just bring her on and talk that. But yeah, because I didn't remember we did that at all.
Oh yeah,
man.
I remember.
Man, that's a deep cut to the deep cuts.
Yeah,
for real. Anything else you want to add?
No, I don't.
Got nothing.
I just dropped that bomb on you, and
I
yeah,
feel
now
bad
that we
that it
went through
disappeared.
like a school phase of Clint Howard, now we've kind of into the early 20s, not sure what he's doing with his life. Clint Howard, he's left, Nevada.
Yeah.
He got smart, so now he's gonna get a job. He's gonna start doing something else with his life, and we're entering into the next phase of the Clint Howard pantheon career.
Yeah. So get ready for that. And on that note, I suppose we should probably get going because, after all, there's a lot of movies out there and somebody's got to watch them. So why not us, right?
Who are you, bruh?
Thank you for listening to the Deep Cut Podcast. We sure had a blast trying to make you all laugh. You gotta set your reminders and get ready to geek, 'cause there's a brand new episode every 2 weeks. Now that you're done with the show, leave a comment on that shit and let us know your movie prop pick. Find it on Spotify with tons of episodes.